project, and I've been wanting to do this project for a while now. It's going to be great for beach days, lake days, bonfires, just any other get together really. You know, I have a mini speaker right now and it does okay, but I just like something a little bit louder. Breaking it down, some of the wants that we're looking for in this project. We want it to be inexpensive, and I think we nailed it. I came in a little bit over budget. I wanted to do about $100, but I came in at about $108. Not too bad. The head unit and the stereo speakers themselves, it was $45 on Amazon. You guys can get it as well. I can leave a link in the description below. Now this is going to come with your two 6.5-inch Boss speakers, your matching speakers, which are here. Nothing special about them. Again, it's going to come with your necessary wiring that you're going to need out of the head unit, and then it comes with the actual Boss head unit itself. Now this is going to be a 200 max or 180 RMS head unit, so this will be more than plenty for what I'm going to be doing. And then it also comes with your necessary directions, which we obviously don't need. I purchased some LED lights and a battery to go along with this. I got those at Walmart, or no, sorry, I got those on Amazon. I think they were about $30 as well. I got them together. So that we're at like 70 to 65 bucks. And then the cooler itself was another 30 at Walmart. You can get it as well. Now again, I'm not including any additional hardware, you know, brackets, screws, adhesives, but I had a lot of that stuff laying around, so you know, feel free to dig in your mom's cupboard, grab some Tupperware, your dad's shop, and grab some duct tape as well if you need it. So some other wants to maintain as much of the inside cooler space as possible. I see a lot of people online building these things. They take up a lot of the storage room with the stereo equipment. So I wanted to maintain as much of that as I can in mind. And also, as I previously mentioned, I want to make it louder than my current speaker that I have, which isn't saying a whole lot, so we should be able to easily accomplish that with these 180 RMS speakers and head unit. And then lastly, I wanted to basically illuminate the inside. When it's dark out, maybe you're at a bonfire and you're trying to dig around for your favorite beverage, sometimes it can be very hard to see. So I'm going to have LEDs on the inside that'll trigger when you open up the lid itself. So without further ado, let's jump right into the project. The plan for this project is to make 3 incisions on the front face of the cooler, 2 holes with circumferences respectively at 6.5 inches for the CK65 Boss speakers, and a 2.05 inch by 7.2 inch rectangular cutout centered above the 2 speaker holes for the matching single DIN Boss stereo head unit. To waterproof the head unit and speakers from the unavoidable condensation from within the cooler, a plastic enclosure will be constructed around each individual component and seated against the wall of the cooler with an adhesive. The ML9 12-volt battery will simply be mounted on the back of the cooler via a couple of 3-inch L brackets and secured using a couple of heavy-duty cable ties. Additionally, a series of 12-volt LED lights will be mounted underneath the cooler lid to illuminate the inside of the cooler when digging around for your favorite beverage. So heating up a razor blade with a torch cuts through this like butter. I'd recommend if you have a razor blade and torch at your place, do the same thing. I was debating using a Sawzall, but I thought that could get a little bit choppy and unclean. So I took the time and diligently heated this up and cut through. As you can see, it should be the perfect size for the DIN if I measured it correctly. Hopefully I don't have to take any more out. The razor blade actually didn't go all the way through. It was a little bit short. So I actually cut the front, chipped the insulation out, and then came back through and cut out the inside lining. So I did have to recut a little more, shave some of the edges off, but it slides in pretty good. I'm actually really happy with the fit. Again, I think this is better than the Sawzall. I feel like I would have got a little sloppy and probably cut overboard in some areas. So very happy with it. Now move on to the speakers. Same process as the head unit, guys. Cut the exterior exoskeleton, carved away some of the foam, chipped that away, and then carved the interior lining. Made 2 holes. I made them to the size of the grills, and then I cut on the inside of them. They were where I need to be is about half an inch, maybe a quarter inch smaller than what this is. Rule of thumb, I just marked it with that, carved them out. They fit in here pretty good, pretty solid. One thing we have to address is obviously we're going to have to fill in here. Now I'm either going to use some foam or some cardboard and stagger it up to match it with the contours of the box and the speaker itself. So I've cut out these Tupperware containers that I had in my house. You can probably buy some. I have some laying around. Cut them out to fit the contours of the inside of the cooler. It's actually a pretty difficult process. But again, using that hot razor blade, cuts through it like butter. No, they don't fit in there perfect. There are some gaps, but I have some of this quick seal sealer. It's silicone. I'll be putting a good bead around all the edges to not only hold the Tupperware in, but to keep it watertight from the interior. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably call it a night, let that dry, and I'll probably pick back up tomorrow with you guys. So see you tomorrow. Back here, guys. I know it's been about a week. I said a couple days. Took a little bit longer than I thought for this adhesive to dry. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, though. All three containers are really attached pretty solidly to the sides now. They're watertight, which is nice as well. I wish I would have been able to pull this a little bit closer to the head unit, the container itself, but it actually got really skinny and at the back half of this, so I was actually unable to slide the entire head unit in there. But regardless, it's fine. It still leaves me plenty of room in here. One thing I did notice is the cooler does not have any insulation up the whole top of it, so I'll probably be getting some spray foam and honestly spray foaming it just to help keep, I guess, things cool in here. I guess you get what you pay for with these coolers. Like I said, I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. So yeah, hopefully I can finish up the wiring of these speakers today. Also attaching the battery on the back here, and then also powering the head unit up with that battery as well. Without further ado, let's jump into it. The cooler's basically all finished up here, guys. We got the cooler or the battery in the back side here. It's again mounted with two 3-inch L brackets, screw in the bottom, and then it actually gets pinched behind the handle, so it's on there pretty solid. Just some tie wraps to hold the battery on. You got the battery terminals. Now, one wire is going to be for the lights on the inside, and the other wire is going to be for the actual stereo head unit itself. They get in through a little hole here. It's silicone from the inside, so it's waterproof. And then another feature that I added is a little trigger for the lights on the inside. This will actually come back, and the trigger will be triggered when it hits the handle here. So you got the front. I saw most of this in the last update. The speakers are in now, stereo's in. Added the profile. Now this is just spray painted cardboard that's glued on. Anyway, we started out with a piece of paper, got the design or the contours that we needed, and then transferred that design to cardboard. Super easy, it didn't take me that long. So yeah, there's the speakers. You got the inside here. Lights are working, as I said, triggered from the back. Now I added a false cover here to hide a lot of the electronics behind here. There's a lot of extra wires associated with this. The unit itself that had the fuse in it and everything is in here as well. Covered that up, made it look much more clean, I think. Added the foam in the lid, like I discussed I was going to do. That's gonna help insulate this cooler. So adding a little bit of foam, I think there was a couple bucks for the can. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. So you get the inside wires coming up through here. This is gonna power up the lights. This is this wire here is going to the head unit, and then you have the two speakers that are enclosed with the Tupperware along with the head unit, just with an adhesive to create a tight seal there. So stereo turns on, you just hold it, and it should automatically connect to your device if it's been connected, which mine has. You can do a lot with the stereo. You can do different colors. You can have it change colors while playing music. I left it as a blue. It matches the lights on the inside. It's good enough for me.
Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes. Hollywood perfect.
So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, this has been Sam. Please like and subscribe for more videos.